Good evening, I'm Sue Andell. Today is Monday, November 30th, 2020, and this is my daily report and card pull. Thank you for watching. So, today is the last day of November, and it is the coldest day of November, probably. It's currently 40 degrees outside. They predict that it will get down into freezing tonight. I'm dubious but prepared. How's that? So, we'll see. If it does, my plants have been moved up against the house, so maybe they'll be okay. And if it doesn't, then they'll probably be okay as well. So, today was Monday, all day long. It was a long Monday. Very busy. Didn't want to be at work. It's hard to go back after 4 days off. But I did, as did most everyone else who has a job that's Monday through Friday. I know I'm lucky to have gotten those days off. A lot of people had to work Friday, Saturday, Sunday. People in retail, God bless them. So, other than that, it's been a lovely day. I was actually surprised that I made it through the whole workday without having to come home and take a nap or eat. I was 30 minutes late to work, so I worked 30 minutes over, and that balanced it all out. So, garden show and tell. Indoor garden show and tell. This is white sage that I grew from seed. Its Latin name is Salvia apiana. And this is the stuff that some people who are allowed to use the word make smudge sticks out of. The rest of us, we have to call it cleansing, saging, but it has recently, meaning this year, come to my attention that white people and I guess people who are not Native American are not allowed to use the word smudge. Otherwise you are being bad, being disrespectful of the traditions of a group to which you do not belong. So this was so much prettier and fuller. I had it outside one day to get some fresh air and sunshine, as we all need from time to time, and we got an unexpected rainstorm that just totally flooded the dirt. It was knocked over, almost all the dirt was knocked out, and some of the plants were just beaten to a pulp by the hard rain. Well, these little guys do not like a lot of water. They get petulant, and they say, I'm just going to curl up in a ball and die because I do not like all this wetness. And that's pretty much what happened to most of the pretty little plants that were in this pot. But a good portion of it is still here, and all this prettiness right here is going to come in real nice and thick. I have another smaller pot as well. It only has one plant in it though. But I'm really proud of these because I grew them from seed, and they are not real easy to grow from seed from what I've heard. And they're also not real easy to keep alive. Kind of like lavender. I've never had a lavender I didn't kill within like 2 weeks of bringing it home. And I wouldn't even have to do anything to it. I know they don't like to get wet. You got to water just the dirt. Don't get the foliage wet and so forth. And I can literally bring lavender home, set it somewhere where it won't get wet and it'll get light sun, and it'll just like, no, I hate you, I hate it here, I'm gonna die. And every time they curl up and die. And these are a lot like lavender in that way. They don't like the wet and so forth, but for some reason I've kept this little guy alive, and I'm happy about that. So I hope you enjoyed seeing my white sage, my Salvia apiana. It's very fragrant. I wish you could be here and smell it in person. All you gotta do is just barely rub the leaves like that, and the fragrance just goes. And then it's on your hand. It smells so good. It's very cleansing, purifying. So, enough about my garden plant. Y'all want to pull a card? Burrito. I have some cats who are not wanting to leave each other alone. They're just feeling real aggravating. I'm going to pick on you. I'm going to pick on you. There's our card. Ooh, cedar. Who doesn't love cedar? Well, I love cedar. But I think 90% of everyone in the Austin area does not love cedar. Every year when the cedars pollinate, Austin gets sick. Because I guess they're all allergic to cedar. They call it cedar fever out there. And they all get it. And I've never been there during it, but from the sound of it, it pretty much just shuts the town down because so many people are sick with the cedar fever. So I'm glad I'm not allergic to cedar because I really love it. Let's read about cedar. The gloriously fragrant cedar is an evergreen tree, so no matter the season, it reminds us of life. Its strong, pest-repelling wood has been used for carving statues of gods and making doors to temples. The wood, resin, and needles of the cedar have long been burned for cleansing, celebration, purification, and funerary rites. The cedar's spiritual and medicinal properties are said to help us gain courage, build our confidence, and aid in grounding. Who doesn't love all that? Message of cedar, message 1. Analyze your foundation. Is it solid and strong, or unstable and prone to decay, falling apart over time? Message 2. Scent is a powerful thing. It's invisible, yet a smell can affect our mental and emotional state, conjure up old memories, and give a deeper layer of atmosphere to a room. Cedar reminds us that scent is a simple yet wondrous tool to use for our workings. Message 3. Even if you are feeling alone, there is a legion of ancestors and spirits around you. Have faith in yourself, muster up some courage, and cleanse away those fears. Aw, what a great card. I say that every night, don't I? But I love all these cards, so they're all great. And, yeah, I agree with that. A smell, you can smell something and it like can just instantly, almost instantly take you back to a memory that you haven't thought of in a long time. But maybe that smell was a smell that was around when that memory was made. Like if you, maybe if you smell baby powder and it reminds you of when you had little babies and you go, oh, I remember when my babies were little. Or in my case, if I smell kitten formula and I go, oh, I remember when I bottle fed Burrito. Oh, she was so little and cute. And several others that I've bottle fed as well. She's not the only one, but she's the one that's usually closest to me and most likely to attack me in my sleep, so I don't want to make her mad. But you know what I mean about smells. Say you smell a particular spice or a particular food and it reminds you of being in your grandmother's kitchen when she was cooking a particular dish, and you smell it and it takes you back to your grandmother's kitchen, like, oh wow, I hadn't thought of that in years. And yeah, it smells very powerful that way. And we appreciate cedar and the lessons that it teaches us, and the power that it holds in its scents and its needles and its very fragrant wood. So that's our card for today, cedar. Here's the decor using, if you haven't seen it before. So, other than that, not much else to tell you about today. Let's see, we covered that it's getting cold. We covered that it was a long day. We covered that cats are being rowdy. Yeah, I think that wraps it up. So thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. And I hope that you will join me again tomorrow. And I hope that you have a pleasant evening. Good night.